Oh, hello, everybody. It is Tuesdays with Tamoa, and I made it. I made it. I made it. I'm just being real silly tonight. Um, Today is only Tuesday. It's felt like a whole week has gone past in like 2 days, but that's just because I've been really, really busy and doing a lot of things, and not just being busy to be busy, but I feel like I've been executing on things that I needed to execute on, um, really having a lot of epiphanies in life. Hello, mompreneur. Hi. That's my girl. That's my girl. But just really organizing myself and finding order in this thing called life, in this game called life. Um, Doing a lot of human things. I say human things because if I could, I would probably just meditate all day and stay in the spirit. Because sometimes the human part of it can be, it's very interesting. It really, really is. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. A new video dropped yesterday. And so I'm so excited because it's been a few weeks. Even though I come on here live, my videos sometimes are a couple weeks in between. But it is, excuse me. Sorry, I got a text. Okay. It is called Avoid Money Problems. And it is about relationships. It's about finances. I tell my story about my divorce and going through, well, I don't talk so much about my divorce, but I talk about our money issues and what happened during my marriage and all of those things, and just really breaking down some things to help people be more successful in their partnerships, because that seems to be everyone's biggest issue is their relationships. So whether it's relationship with their spouse, their partner, their kids, their business partners, their family, everything seems to revolve around relationships. So that is what I'm going to get into tonight. And I always pray before I get on live, because I want to make sure that what I feel like I'm supposed to speak about is the thing I'm supposed to speak about. So I'm going to just be really open and transparent. I'm telling you, not really what I want to do, but I feel like I need to do it. So I'm going to do it. And I just decided that I want to talk about where I am in terms of love relationships and just my journey. And um, yeah, so let's just get right into it. So I went through a divorce a couple years ago, and I am now open. I would, I guess I'm open to dating. You see, I'm still hesitant. I'm still unsure about this thing, right? Because when I think about the word dating, it just don't sit right with me. Maybe I'll create another word for dating, because I don't know. Anyway, so I'm open, but I have this hesitancy, I believe, because I am a different version of myself than who I used to be, right? So the way that I operated in my marriage, or in previous relationships, I'm not that person anymore. Like, I still am the caring person. I'm still, the person that, courting. Yes. I don't know. That's mompreneur courting sounds. I don't know. I don't know. That don't sound better. It, you know what it sounds like, real quick? Let me just say, these words like dating, courting, it sounds like it's something official, like I want it to be like a little warmer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It sounds like well, we should have an agenda when we're looking for someone, but you know what I mean? Yeah, so old. But anyway, so my hesitancy is that I'm a different version of myself. And it's like somewhere in the back of my head, I'm thinking, do do I let me hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. Somewhere in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I don't want that old version of myself to show up. Like, so for me, it's like I've been doing so much work on myself, like, and really knowing who I am and really like discovering who this woman is at this point in my life, at like really loving myself and embracing myself and building confidence and building trust with myself. And yes, warm, like getting to know someone. Yep, perfect. So let's find a word for that. But all of these things that I've been doing and all the work that I've been doing, I just want to make sure that once I enter a relationship, that I'm able to continue. So it's like, I don't want to be so on guard to the point that like I'm so stringent that I miss something, or like there could be someone to come in my life, but I'm looking at all these things and I'm like just not being open because I'm so concerned about bringing in the old version. But I also have been thinking like just chill. Just chill out, because at the end of the day, all the work that I've put in on loving myself and becoming this, version of myself, it's not like I'm going to regress. I don't feel a regression coming in. So it's like, just chill out. Just chill out and let things just happen. I do know, and I've written all these things down, like my standards and when it comes to a partner, because I don't ever remember doing that previously. I just, I'm almost like you're attracted to someone, you meet them, whatever the case is, you fall in love, all of those things. But I don't think I ever really knew not only what I wanted, but actually what I needed in a partner, because the want and the needs are two different things. Like, what does support look like for me? What does that look like for me with the type of man I want in terms of like emotional intelligence, and how I need him to care for me, and what ways does that look like? What for me is good for the person that I need to be with? Like, what type of person do I need to be with that would understand me and the things that I have to offer too? So I've just spent a lot of time figuring that out the last couple of years. And so it's like, okay, I'm ready. So I'm ready. But I just want to be intentional. I want to be open. I want to be honest. But I also want to make sure that my heart space is protected. I want to make sure that the person that's entering my life really values who I am, like really, really gets me, like studies me. Because I'm the type of person, I just naturally, from psychology and what I do as a mental health therapist and all of that, like I study people. And it's not on purpose, it's just like that's what I naturally do. I just never realized it. I study people because I like to know where a person comes from, like their needs, their wants, the things that make them feel good, the things that don't make them feel as good. Like those, when I'm interested in that in a person, I wanna know, because it's important to really have interest. So I need for the man that I choose to study me, to really understand and value who I am. And so I do believe that men like that exist. Um, this is really interesting. This is not easy for me. This is not easy for me. Wow. I'm giving myself therapy. Yes, building a connection. That's it. That's it, Naima. Building a connection, right? I like that. Um, and then on top of just all of that stuff, right? Like, how long has it been since I've actually dated? Like, we're talking about like almost like 20 years, almost 20 years No, it has been. It has been 20 years almost since I've dated someone. So that's a whole nother situation. Um, I hear people saying all these things about dating and the, the pool has piss in it and all of those weird things, but I have no idea. I don't know what that experience is like. Um, I'm honestly like, I'm not interested in going on like the dating apps and all of those things. Yeah, it does feel hard. Like I don't know, hard. It just feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like I'm like out of the loop. Like there's some kind of like special like dating club and I'm not in it. That's what it feels like. So it's like I don't know how to prepare myself in my head for this. Um, but like I said, the one thing that I really do believe in is I believe in manifestation. I believe in the power of language. So I've been really intentional on being more comfortable. Like I said, this is even like, this is, I can talk about so many things about my life and things, but this nuance for me of thinking about dating or having someone come to my life, like it feels really weird to me. So I figured I needed to talk about it. Because I know I can't be alone. But anyway, so I just really want to be I really want to feel valued as much as I value myself. And I truly believe in the saying about, we mirror the people that come into our lives. So they are a reflection of us. And so I feel like God will send me the right person that will be a mirror of who I am now, right? Because I have released and healed through so many things. And I know that, yes, I believe in love. I feel like you should have passion and attraction for the person that you're with. But I want to enter a partnership. I need someone that has business acumen. I need somebody that really wants, that is not, let me see how to say this, is not just like content with where they are. And it's not even about how much money they have. It's just content in terms of, not content in terms of just growing as a person. Always developing, wanting to meet people, wanting to gain more knowledge, wanting to learn about life and business and travel and all of those things, because those things are important to me. So I need somebody to match my energy. That's it. I really do. I need them to match my energy. I need them to match my frequency. But that partnership piece, like that friend piece, is really, really important, because the passion and everything, yes, that should last in your relationship. But having a friendship and really being able to look at someone and say, I really like you as a person, that's a big deal. I know so many couples and people that have been through relationships for a long time, whether they together, whether they divorced, whatever, and they do not like the person. And I'm like, wow, did you ever like the person? Did you all ever like each other? Because sometimes I think we get so caught up in the passion and the attraction and the sex and all of those things that we really don't even discover who the person really is that we're with. Like having to live with this person and deal with them day in and day out, like we're all going to go through so many different levels of things that happen to us, personalities, things, individual issues, then things that we're dealing with together in life. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, can you turn to that person and say, I really like who you are as a person. You make me want to be a better person. You make me want to level up. You make me want to, make sure that I am providing you what you need. I don't think that that happens enough, and not necessarily happens enough because people just don't like each other. I think that generally we don't give enough interest into the other person that we're actually with, because we're so concerned with ourselves and what we want. And so therein lies some kind of disconnect when it comes to love relationships. And it's real. Like there are so many people I know that are genuinely unhappy, but like I do say, that always goes back to self. because I know in relationships, my marriage, and times when I wasn't, I could totally like, and 1,000 times blame him. But really, I was the person that wasn't happy with me because I had too many things going on that I didn't want to face. And it's easier to blame the other person when you don't want to face yourself in the mirror. Yep. And like, yep, just like you said, Naima, the communication is absolutely key because even at the beginning, I feel like there's levels of communication, right? Because when you start in a relationship, people always want to like just show like this surface level, right? They bring their representatives with them. And then, as like you get to that 90-day mark, and okay, you start knowing the person a little bit more, and then you start knowing the person a little bit more. But I think sometimes people get so tied up into a person, even if they see quote unquote red flags, and the red flags doesn't mean the person is like wrong. It just means sometimes red flags, that person isn't for you, but we ignore those things just for the sake of not wanting to be by ourselves or whatever the case is, and we keep going, and then things just get worse and worse. You stop communicating, people have attitudes, you're arguing, and you know how it goes. It just snowballs. But I think in order to really cut all of that, you have to really like the person. You have to really like who they are, their integrity, and who they are as a person, like seeing how they operate in life with other people other than just you and your household. Because honestly, I don't want to be with someone that, in the home with him and he treats me one way, but then out in the world, I see him treating people, being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of things like that. Like that doesn't match for me. There's something wrong with that picture. So somebody that has integrity, that stands on who they are, that shows emotional intelligence, that is supportive, that studies me. Because while I'm saying I want all of those things, I know that I reflect those things. Like, hands down, I know who I am. I know what I offer in terms of a partnership and a relationship. But that part that I talked about, that I think about, that I'm like, will that person show up? That person that I'm talking about is the person that always wanted to please, right? That even at sacrificing myself, I just wanted to please the other person, and I wasn't putting myself first in the relationship and really showing up the way I needed to and really loving myself the way I need to. But like I said, I know that I'm beyond that now, but it's just like, how will I actually be in the relationship now? Yep, you do. You have to be okay with your partner's flaws and all. It's there's no perfect person. We are all human, living a human experience, and we have to be able to have empathy for our partners. And that's what I mean. I think people just get so hung up on, spotting out all of these things, that they don't understand the importance of, like, this is a human. Either I'm going to be with them, I like them, I'm going to forgive them for when they make a mistake, because we are all really looking to just figure all of this out. I also believe that we were all made to have partnership in one way or another. Maybe it's not romantic partnership. Maybe it's a best friend. Maybe it's, a business partner. But I know that we're not supposed to be traveling this journey of life like completely alone and not have partnership in a variety of ways. I was joking today with my cousin, and we were talking about relationships, and I was telling her, like, while it's not for me, I think I can really understand why people have these poly relationships where it's like, one woman may have, I don't know, two or three husbands, or vice versa. Like, and it is wild. But from what I see, a lot of these people seem very content. You know what I mean? And I think it's because they're just being honest with their needs. Because I think a lot of times maybe you feel like one person can't fulfill the different needs. I was listening to AJ Johnson do an interview today. It popped up on my feed, and she was saying like she has multiple relationships with men, and people just think that it's about like a sexual thing. She's like, no, I have one male person that prays with me, and you know, we're on the spiritual level. Then I have a partner, like a fitness one, right? A man that is really big on fitness and travel. Then I have one that, you know, likes to, what does she say? Maybe it was like for business or different things like that, you know, but she basically was saying she has different men that she sees, and it's not about sexual, that can fulfill those different parts of herself. Because maybe the person that the trainer that she does the physical fitness with does not want to travel, right? But she has somebody that wants to travel, that wants luxury, that can travel across country with, I mean, that can travel internationally with her and do all of these things. So, and it was like, I'm listening to her and I'm like, you know what? It may not be for me, but I get it. It makes sense because one person can't complete everything that we need. That is absolutely not even realistic. And so that's why it's so important for us to love ourselves and understand our needs, because we cannot find that outside of ourselves, thinking that one person is going to complete everything that we want them to. That's just false. So, all in all, I've talked about this today. I feel better. Thank you, Naima, for being on. You've been very supportive. You've been very supportive for me. But I definitely know that now, in terms of just healing and going through like my metamorphosis and transformation, like I'm a butterfly now, you know, and it's time for me to be open to relationships and be able to start navigating that, because it's really, really important. I know that while I am content with myself and loving myself and who I am, I also know that there is value in partnership and finding someone to help you to get to your next level, and you're helping them to get to their next level. Like, I feel like that's what we were built here to do, for sure. Oh, thank you, Angela. You have a wonderful day too. Um, so yeah, that's basically where I am with relationships. But definitely check out our video that dropped, because it's really, really good. I'm really transparent and, like I said, sharing about my financial trauma and going through all of that and really helping you as a, you know, as a couple, partnership, marriage, whatever it is, really, really just navigate where you are. Because if I can help people avoid those money problems, then I'm going to tell you. Like, I'm going to tell you, this is what I did. It didn't work. Don't do that. Do this better. Because I don't like to see people make the same mistakes I do. So any kind of gems I can give, any kind of knowledge I can give, I'm going to be very transparent and just keep it real. So I love you. I want to send everybody an abundance of love and light. And remember, you are your greatest value. You are your greatest asset. Take care.